Welcome everyone to another Marvel Crisis Protocol unboxing. So today, it's the legend himself, that's right, it's Bob, Agent of Hydra. And he does come with a couple of free other models as well if you buy this box. Deadpool, whoever he is, and a taco truck. So of course, Deadpool is actually the main reason most people would buy this. I personally was after a 2 power level model, and I was thinking, who should I buy? Maybe Rocket Raccoon. Maybe I should go with Toad, something like that. But no, I went with Bob. And I thought, everybody loves Deadpool anyway, so I will buy it because Deadpool's cool and you do get a nice piece of terrain. So, what I also really like about this box is... I will zoom in. Yes, you have to make the noise. This blurb on the back. Normally it has a little bit of the character's past, things like that. And that's brilliant, that's fine. It's not a problem with that. This time around it's actually written by Deadpool himself. So, welcome to the Deadpool Character Pack, brought to you by me, the amazing Deadpool. Once terminal cancer patient Wade Wilson, the aforementioned Wade Wilson, was transformed into the incredible superpowered hero Deadpool. Thanks to the nerds at Weapon X program, I was granted with off-the-charts healing factor which allows me to recover from even the most gruesome, for the love of all that's holy, look away Timmy, injuries. So it goes on. You can pause it and read it for yourself, but I love the way this is written. It is brilliant. Lone wolf who hunts the moonlight desert in search of the only meal that will satisfy my endless hunger, justice. So yeah, very, very Deadpool, very cool. Also, they haven't been returning any of my emails. Yeah, written like Deadpool, because he knows he's in a comic, and I'm guessing he knows he's inside of a game, which is part of a comic, so fourth wall breaking. But it also comes with a few options. So, alternative head for Bob, so you could have the chef's hat on, and a couple of different heads for Deadpool as well. And if you want to go a bit cartoony, there's the old love heart eyes, and you could even swap the whoosh or whoosh with a rocket. Bit cartoony for my personal taste, but hey, it's very Deadpool for a standard one. Now, I was going to assemble this model and maybe stick him on a rock, but the rocket does actually look pretty cool. I thought, yeah, it looks alright, but once you get it in your hands, you're like, yeah, that is actually pretty cool. The taco truck, on the other hand, is flipping awesome. So, piece of terrain, it's quite a large, chunky beast. So, inside this box, you get one Deadpool miniature. That's pretty good, right? A Hydra Bob miniature, a taco truck, 2 bases, character stat cards, 3 team tactics cards, and of course it wouldn't be Marvel Crisis Protocol without a load of tokens, so 8 tokens. It's pretty cool, and it is a big old box. So I will open up and let's see what we got inside. So normally I would show you the sprue and how much detail was on the models, try to put my hand behind to see if the camera would focus. But this time around, I actually open up the box. It's been a couple of hours, and I have assembled the models. So the instructions are pretty straightforward and easy. So I am just going to show you Bob. So this is Bob. I will zoom in. So he's standing on a hot sauce crate. Bit of a Will Riker-esque pose, leg in the air like you just don't care. With his thumb up. Not bad detail. So he's in pretty much a one-piece villain outfit with a massive, rocket launcher. So, pretty impressive there, Bob. Pretty impressive. And I have equipped him with the regular head. And of course, you could use the chef's head alternative. But yeah, that's Bob. Deadpool actually has several pieces, so you could actually have him so he's a bit more nimble, a bit more acrobatic, but I've gone for the fairly standard classic pose, leg behind, standing on a non-whoosh rocket. So there we go. I have actually assembled one of the spare heads, the spare torso, and you get an actual extra leg. Because I'm probably going to do a Deadpool corpse on a base. Of course, he'll be regenerating. He will be a corpse, which I thought would be pretty cool. Because you get a load of heads, so why not? Now the taco truck, I am amazed with, because pan out just a little bit. So this is the standard taco truck. Yes, you can customize it and do weird and wonderful things. Really super easy to put together. Feels really nice to put together. It's basically a box. You know, it's no fiddly bits, not really. Even the little stays for the side piece, the awning there, not an issue. Super easy to put together. No fiddly little bits, like the wing mirrors possibly, and the mud flaps are the smallest bits. But you can customize it with a load of tacos, dinner trays, things like that. I might assemble a few and magnetize them so I can put them on the ledge of the side of the taco truck. But you can see there, on the dinner trays, you can stick your little like Coca-Cola drinks with ice cubes in there. You got double tacos, single tacos to stick on there as well. You can get loads, so you can really customize it. Now I'm going to assemble one and magnetize it so I can put it on the side here, and take it off and use it as a piece of terrain. So I'm going to say it's a size 1 piece of terrain, so you can attack somebody and slam them in the face with a metal tray with tacos on it. Because why not? But really impressed with this taco truck. I thought it was super cool to put together. There's a fair bit of detail, so you got a little exhaust and the axles and stuff. Put it together. There was hardly any mold lines. Slots together so easy. And of course it is a size 3, so you can see the 3 there, as it is slightly bigger than the cars you get in the core box, for example. But yeah, super lightweight. It is basically a hollow box, but I'm sure you can customize that. You could even possibly turn it into a SWAT team van with a bit of green stuff work and file it and things like that. But it is awesome. And good old picture of Deadpool on the side there. So yes, mega happy with the models. Deadpool does look quite beefy. He does look like he's got a bit of muscle to him as well. And of course, you get the option of your bases as well. So it's not just 2 bases, like it says on the back of the box. There is 4 bases. So you get to choose which scenic base you want. So we have here, I haven't pressed them out yet, but the lovely tokens. So looks like X-Force tokens, a bleed, and what looks like a massive pile of tacos there as well. So it's card time. What do we have here? So should we start with Bob? Just to tease you a little bit. So wrong side. We'll start with the funny healthy side. So Bob starts with 3 stamina, so 3 health. Not a lot. He is medium movement, size 2, and he only costs 2. So he is really cheap. He's only got 3 wounds, and he is probably likely to have those taken off of him pretty sharpish. 2 defense in physical, energy, and mystic. So yeah, he's really not going to stay around. So here's a Hydra pistol, which is range 3. It's 4 strength, so you're rolling 4 dice, and doesn't cost any energy. So standard, after this attacker's reserve, this character gains only 1 energy. Imagine if it was gains energy for every damage dealt. We'll get to that in a minute, why that may be broken. Because he has excessive violence. So this is a 0 cost as well. It's 9 dice, 9 strength, range 4. This character may choose this attack only if it's got a loaded token. So it starts the game with a loaded token and may fire this. Before damage is dealt, all other characters within 2 of the target suffer 2 damage. So they just suffer 2 damage. You don't have to roll for it, they just suffer 2 damage. So even if you completely suck and whiff your 9 dice, which happens, you still can do 2 damage to anybody within range 2, which is really nice. Before damage is dealt, this character is thrown away from the target character small. This throw is resolved by the player controlling the target character. Then, this character does not have a dazed token. It suffers 3 damage. So now it's dazed. Suffering 3 damage, dazes Bob. So, Hydra Tactics for 2 energy. Choose another allied character within 2 of this character. Place this character within 1 of the chosen character. Okay, this is the big one. 8 points. So as an action, this character gains a loaded token. So that's why I was saying, if the pistol earlier on gained you more energy, this guy could be firing several rockets off in a game. So I don't know how many times he's likely to fire this, but the first time he fires it, obviously he suffers 3 points of damage. So the last one is, this character gains 1 loaded token at the start of the game, which is what I said a minute ago. So when he is wounded, when he is on his dazed profile, everything is the same. He's still got 3, and obviously his movement's the same, height's the same, yada yada yada. His Hydra Pistol's the same, excessive violence is the same. So, what has changed for Bob on the back? He has but how. If this character does not have an activated token and would be KO'd by having damage tokens placed on it, it gains a dazed token instead. During the cleanup phase, when you would normally flip this character's card, as a result of a dazed token, it remains on its injured side and the character loses 3 energy. If at any time this is the only character you control, it loses the game. So he really is a minion. He is just a henchman. So if he's still alive, and he's the only model still alive, it's the end of the game. So this means if it does not have an activated token and would be KO'd by having damage token placed on it, it gains the dazed token instead. So it's just dazed again. But if it does have an activated token on it, then you can kill him. So you have to be a bit careful with Bob. You really are going to try to fish for those energy points and try to reload and do it again. But I think it's just fun. I'm not sure how many times you could get excessive violence off. Maybe twice in a game. Obviously, you get it the initial time anyway. You get the loaded token. So I'm hoping you twice. I don't know how survivable he was going to be. No one's really going to target him unless he has an activated token on him. Because you're going to tell your opponent, right? You're not just going to let them hang and go, yeah, shoot him. Because that wouldn't be very sporting. So, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Deadpool. So I haven't gone too much into the fluff at all for Deadpool, because pretty much everybody at this stage, with the films out and everything, everybody knows about Deadpool. But that being said, I can go into the fluff if you like. What's that? You would like to know the fluff before I go into the rules? So, Deadpool, aka Wade Wilson, and not Slade Wilson, that's someone else entirely different. He was originally around in Marvel Comics back in 1991, and he was originally a bad guy, but he became quickly an anti-hero, and he has worked for several affiliations. So, obviously, you probably know he worked for X-Force, because in the films they mention X-Force. He was part of the X-Men and Weapon X, which most of us would probably know about. But did you know he also has worked for Mercs for Money, the Secret Defenders, S.H.I.E.L.D., Six Pack, Thunderbolts, and many more. So he has teamed up in the past with, fun enough, Bob, Spider-Man, Domino, and Cable. So this guy, known as the Merc with a Mouth, has a ridiculous regeneration factor, and Yeah, he has been torn in half, limbs removed, he's just been ahead. But yeah, he has superhuman reflexes and agility, so he is a fantastic assassin. And he has, in the past, been known to have a teleportation device as well, which doesn't mention anything here on the card that I'm aware of. But this guy is nuts. I was nearly going to swear there. This guy's nuts. He really, really is. So, if you've ever read any of the comics, he has several voices inside of his head, which we'll get into when we go and talk about the rules. And I think the rules reflect quite nicely Deadpool's fluff. For example, his mystic, his mental defense is higher than his physical or energy, because he's nuts. You know, you try and mess with him mentally, it's not going to happen. So this guy has 4 stamina on the healthy side, movement medium, size 2, and he cost 3 points. So he's standard, everybody gets a 0-pointed, gains some level of energy. After his attack is resolved, this character gains energy equal to number of damage dealt. So range 2, because it's a stab, 5 dice. Yeah, it's okay, it's not bad. But he also has bang. Bang, slightly less dice, it's 4 dice, so 4 strength. Range 4 though, still cost nothing. But if you get a wild and a hit, so you have to get both of them, you unlock bang. So basically you get to shoot the original target again with the same profile. Now if you, while using bang bang, which is the second time you use bang, you get a wild and 2 hits, then you have bang bang bang, which is the exact same thing again, but it does not stack with another bang 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 bang. So yes, it's only 4 dice, but you can roll 4 dice, then another 4 dice, then another 4 dice if you roll incredibly well, which is great for 0. I think it's pretty cool, and it's quite Deadpool-ish. So you also have a poke with his swords. This attack deals damage. After this attack is resolved, the target character gains bleed and slow. So bleed is good, and slow is good. So anything that does 2 conditions, you know, it's really going to hinder somebody, because they're going to make the decision, do they want to shrug one of them? If they shrug 2 of them, yeah, they're not going to be doing anything in the next round. So it does cost 3, which isn't bad for 6 dice range 2. I think it's pretty nice. It's not bad. So for 3 energy, he has Merc with a mouth. Choose an enemy character within 3. It loses 2 energy. A character may only be affected by the superpower once per round. It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I know Karate. This character may re-roll 1 dice in his attack and defense rolls. So slightly more survivable than you may think. Unicorns, rainbows, sugar plums dancing through my head. So like I said, he's nuts. This character cannot be pushed or advanced by effects from mystic attacks or enemy superpowers. He has a healing factor of 2, which means at the end of his activation, he can heal 2, which is great. So if you do 2 damage to him, bear in mind he starts with 4. He's got fairly standard physical and energy, but you do get to reroll 1 dice as well, which is pretty nice. He can regenerate those wounds, but if he's on the dazed side, 6 wounds, definitely more likely to get that healing factor off, right? So he does also change. So his bang 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 is still the same, and his stab is still the same, but his poke is now maximum effort. So it does cost 1 more, so it's 4 this time round. It has an extra dice out of it, which is pretty nice. If he gets a wild after this attack is resolved, this character may advance small. After this advance, each character within 2 of this character suffers 1 damage. So anything that automatically does damage suffers 1 damage. Really good. This character gains 1 energy for each damage dealt this way. That's pretty damn cool. That's pretty cool. So yes, it's only a small movement, but you could pink off an extra wound here or there, which is really good. And it's auto wounding. So like Bob's rocket, I think that's really, really good. So he also gains... Alright, now it's serious. This character always counts as healthy instead of injured for the purposes of contesting objectives. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. We all love Deadpool anyway, so at some stage, even if you weren't going to have X-Force or X-Men, things like that, you probably would have picked up Deadpool because you get piece of terrain, you get a 2-pointed model, which there isn't many at the moment to pick from, which is pretty powerful. Yeah, he could kill himself outright. But he also got Deadpool, which is a bit of fun. He's not a bad character really to play at all. So he's fairly survivable. He's got a bit of range. He can do bleed, which is always nice. It's going to be slightly irritating, and it's just a fantastic model. So, what other cards come in this kit? So, we have 3 Team Tactics cards. So, we have Chimichangas. Obviously, we would have Chimichangas. Obviously. Unaffiliated, Deadpool may spend 1 energy to play this card. Add a Chimichanga token. Oh, so we've already seen that. To the game, Deadpool is holding this token. At the end of a character's activation, if it's holding a Chimichangas token, it gains 1 energy and may remove 1 wound or one of its special conditions. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. A character may use the following interact ability. Pick up Chimichanga token. So we know to interact it does cost 1 energy. So that's pretty cool. So the Chimichanga, I'm assuming other models can have it as well. Because yes, Deadpool is holding this token at the end of a character's activation. If it's holding a Chimichanga token, it gains those bits. But it says any character may use the following interact ability. Now, do they also get that ability? The fact that they can remove a wound or a special condition? Or is it just Deadpool? Because it says Deadpool is holding this token at the end of the character's activation. If it's holding a Chimichanga token. Okay. So, I'm assuming once it's played, Deadpool is holding it. And if Deadpool gets killed, then other people can pick this thing up and use it, for example. So here we have a picture of Deadpool dressed like Cable. Okay, pretty sneaky, sis. X-Force. During the power phase, any number of allied X-Force characters may spend 2 energy to play this card. Enemy characters must be within range 2 of the character that spent the energy to target them with attacks this round. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So, any number of allied X-Force characters may spend 2 energy to play this card. That's pretty cool. So, you have to be within 2 to target them. But it's only for a round. So basically, it's stealth. But better. And then we have Yoink. So, it's unaffiliated. During Deadpool's activation, he may spend 2 energy to play this card. Select one of the following effects. If an allied Cable is within 2 of Deadpool, place Deadpool within 2 of his current position. If an allied Domino is within 2 of Deadpool, Deadpool may use the grenade bounce attack listed on her stat card, this activation without paying its power cost. Nice! If an allied Wolverine that is holding an objective token is within 2 of Deadpool, place 1 objective token held by Wolverine onto Deadpool. Deadpool is now holding the token. This Team Tactics card does not allow characters to hold more tokens than the crisis specifies. So that's pretty useful, actually. I thought he was slightly nuts, but instead he's actually semi-tactical. If an enemy Bob agent of Hydra is within 2 of Deadpool, you may remove any number of loaded tokens from it. So the last one is enemy, because you wouldn't want to do that with friendly. It says an enemy agent of Hydra Bob is within 2. So if you do have someone who spent ages trying to get those 8 points to get a loaded token, you're just going to come up and go, yoink. It's gone. So, nice little bit of artwork there. Holding a chimichanga, which looks like Cable's chasing him as well. Very, very cool. And you can see he's got a chef's hat there with a little heart eyes and dressed as Cable there. So, this is a great kit. I wanted a 2-point model, and I thought extra piece of terrain, can't knock it. And everyone likes Deadpool in a way. I was thinking maybe I won't play him, I'll just paint him up because he'll look cool. And it's a fairly reasonable price kit. I mean, you've got 2 playable models, obviously cards to go with them as well, and a piece of terrain for approximately £40. I say approximately, obviously prices may vary. But no, it's a fantastic kit. I do like the options for Deadpool, and like I said, I can make up pretty much half a Deadpool with the remaining bits anyway. So I'm going to put some entrails on him, hanging out, and have him on someone's base. But yeah, really looking forward to painting these guys up. They do look a lot of fun. And Bob with a giant rocket launcher that's actually bigger than him, yeah, he's going to be played for sure. So hopefully we'll see him on some battle reports soon. So stay safe, everyone. Thank you very much for watching, and please hit that like button if you haven't done already. Take care, everyone.